Hey, it's Kerwin Frost, and today on Kerwin Frost Talks, I'm talking to the world's most interesting man, Diplo! How you doing today?
Crowd's going crazy. Good, man. Feel good. It's a nice day. Summer is upon us.
That's
It's nice in LA. It's chill. The weather's perfect. I feel
very
good.
true.
You like the beanbag?
It's nice. It's alright. Thanks for having me at your house, by the way.
You've been here before.
Yeah, but letting me record here.
Oh, yeah. No problem, man. It's a
Um,
long time coming, actually.
Yeah, that is true. Could you tell me a little bit about your childhood?
Yeah, I mean, I was a child once, back in the day.
Yeah.
Little young boy, just out there in the streets. I grew up in a lot of little places.
Right.
I'm 40 now, so my childhood was a long time ago, man. That was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, but when you think back to those days,
I mean, I blacked out a lot of it, but I think we can dive.
Yeah.
We can deep dive into there.
That's true.
You want to know where I was born? Give me some specifics. I'm old, so if it's to go through my whole life story, take a long time. It'll be really depressing and boring.
Yeah.
Let's start off where I was born.
Yeah, start off where you were born.
I was born in Mississippi, in
Yeah.
Tupelo, and then I moved to South Carolina, and I lived there for a while.
Yeah.
And on like a little dirt road, I remember going digging for arrowheads and finding some. I had a little collection. Made a little tree house.
Wait, a little collection of
Arrowheads.
Oh, nice.
You ever collect the arrowheads?
I've never known.
I think they were. I don't know if they were really even arrowheads. They're probably just rocks that were shaped kind of like triangles.
Triangles.
But I kept a lot, and then I collected Garbage Pail Kids
That's cool.
and some baseball cards, basketball cards too.
What was your favorite childhood memory?
Oh man, I think acting in the play as the lion and what's the movie? What's the play with the real yellow brick road?
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I was in the
You
Wizard
were the
of
lion
Oz.
in the
Yeah,
Wizard
I
of
was the
Oz.
lion.
That's pretty cool.
My mom made she sewed my costume.
She made it herself.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I had pictures of it. My mom's house burned down like 3 years ago, so I lost all like
Damn.
my photos.
Was she all right?
Yeah, she wasn't there. I think her computer set on fire. I think she was like on Facebook or something and left it running
Facebook. Wait. So when was this?
3 years ago.
Oh yeah, 3 years ago. Sorry.
They still had Facebook back then.
Yeah.
People still used it.
That's
Yeah, I was in Florida, and then I was actually. This is a fun fact.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was in the play with me. His name is Sam Borkson, and now he's this artist named Friends with You, and he does
Oh,
amazing
nice.
art. You might have seen his art somewhere.
Wow. So that's a connection between you guys.
Yeah, I've known him for 30 years. He had the picture of me in that play, I think.
Wow.
His mother does, so I'm going to find that when I go back to Florida.
Yeah, you need it.
So I went from South Carolina to Florida, and I spent most of my childhood in Broward County.
When did you move to Florida?
When I was like 7,
Not
until
sure.
I was like 15.
And how'd you get into like Miami bass and stuff like that?
I mean, that's just the radio in Miami. In Fort Lauderdale, I think it was even more. We had DJ Laz on the radio. It was one of my heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just loved taping stuff on the radio. I would just sit down and tape cassettes on the radio and tape radio shows and tape like Magic Mike and like Jam Pony,
Not sure.
DJ Laz, and a lot of like freestyle DJs. And I loved Madonna back then.
Wow. So what was it like working with her as much as you have now? Because I remember, even in I think it was like
Yeah.
2014, you were with Madonna at the Jeremy Scott after
Yeah.
party, and I was there. I snuck on that stage.
Oh yeah, that was like for Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just showed up randomly, but we were in the studio earlier that day. I can't remember exactly, but I mean, Madonna just hit me up out of the blue, and I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" And I hadn't really.
What year?
2004, probably like 5 years ago.
That same year. So that
Yeah.
same year was the first time you guys actually.
We linked up, and then
I was a part of that then.
yeah, you were part. You were. I think you instigated that whole thing.
Yeah.
Your energy was there, and it gave us the strength to unite.
Thank you.
But Madonna's always, as an artist, every era she's been in, she's like worked with like really cutting edge producers, from like Jelly Bean Benitez to like, damn, I forget the name of the guy, to like Paul Oakenfold to like just dope ass guys in dance music. Not that I'm a dope ass guy in dance music,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
guys who before me were like the kings of those, like always like cutting dance records and pop music together in a really cool way. So she always, all the way to Ray of Light when she was doing like drum and bass.
Mm.
she's just all around dope woman,
Yeah.
a boss. I learned a lot producing with her, but yeah, it kind of came full circle from my childhood. Some of my favorite records was like Physical Attraction from her
Of course.
first album,
It's a
like,
classic.
and then to working with her,
Right.
very epic.
There's like a time I'm really kind of attracted to is almost like the golden years in music. Just like around like 2009 to like 2014.
Yeah,
Um,
that was like kind of the beginning of the internet
Yeah.
having an influence on music.
yeah,
And
and
now
all
it's echoed so much now, but it was like
The
just
very-
scratching the surface of using the internet to market music.
and sounds too.
Yeah, to finding music and making it and connecting people.
Right.
Because I remember back in the day, you literally were stuck in your neighborhood to what you listened to and where you could access music.
Yeah.
So like your local shop in Florida, it was like Peaches, or down in Broward County, we had like Uncle Sam's Music was like the spot you would go. That's like
Yeah.
the place where they arrested the people who worked there because they were selling Two Live Crew CDs.
Wow.
That was like a big deal back then because they
Right,
sold.
because they got banned.
Yeah, because it was banned. Like it was the first real First Amendment rights lawsuit that happened in America, where
Moms would just get together
yeah,
and riot.
they would riot,
burn these
and burn
CDs.
CDs, and Two Live Crew literally were like fought for our rights
Yeah.
to make music, and they won.
Right,
and I was
right,
like, I
right.
was there for that moment. I didn't buy that. I was taping the show. I couldn't even afford CDs back then.
Right.
I was actually using Columbia House. You know what that is?
No, I don't.
Let me put you onto the game right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Put me on.
Columbia House is this thing that came in the newspaper where it says, buy a CD, we'll give you 10 CDs you pick for a penny each.
Yeah.
And then they'll actually bill you later with your address and your credit card. But I would use all my neighbors' credit cards and their addresses, and I would buy Columbia House. Like, I'd just pick 10 CDs out
Right.
and pay $1 for each one of them, and all my neighbors would get billed.
Yeah, yeah.
But they would just say, I didn't order them.
I didn't order
So it
this,
would
right.
work. I wouldn't like,
So
it
it worked
wasn't,
out for
it wasn't
them.
actually fraud.
It's like OG scandal.
Yeah, it was like the beginning of scamming, but I would order like CDs that I wanted, and then I'd keep like 5, and I'd sell 5 more to like Tower Records or whatever. Use CDs, we make like $5 a piece.
Yeah.
So I was making money and collecting music, and that's how I broke into the music industry through
Wow.
my Columbia House scam, basically.
That just
Yeah. Do you remember Columbia House?
no.
Yeah, you remember it. How old are
Dude,
you?
no one remembers that.
40?
34.
Yeah, I think about over 32 because but then they caught on to it. My dad actually found out. They tried to back bill him, and then he beat the shit out of me when he found out what I was doing.
Did you ever steal records?
Vinyl or CDs?
CDs?
Oh my god, I was like one of the best shoplifters in
Really?
Broward County for sure.
What was
I would
that?
actually steal records by putting in my baggy pants, like in the front.
Wow.
But
Did you ever get caught?
yeah, I got caught once at Best Buy
Mm-hmm.
in
What CDs
in
were you stealing?
Orlando. I
What
was
was
stealing
it?
like Portishead or something. I don't know, like some underground shit. They had a really good selection. Orlando was a very, very surprisingly a very culturally adept city.
Yeah.
It was very cool. It was the home place of a lot of electronic music when I was growing up.
Damn.
We had dope ass DJs like Magic Mike, Icy,
Right, right.
Hootie Hootie, Rabbit in the Moon, like all these house guys and drum and bass guys. And like Portishead came, I remember they played the Firestone Club, my first concert. I saw them play.
Yeah.
And they only played like 4 shows. They played like Chicago, New York, SF, and Orlando. Orlando's like a
Damn.
place people always went because it was just like we spent money on shows.
Right.
I remember seeing like Nirvana would play at Downtown Disney in Orlando,
Yeah.
and I wasn't old enough to go to the show yet. But afterwards, the band would leave, and it'd be like 9,000 people would go see them play, and then they have like DJ Icy play or something like
Whoa,
DJ,
right,
and it would be like 14,000 people would go to the DJ after.
Wow. Like it would
big
just continue on. People
Yeah.
just wouldn't scurry out.
Because it was like a service industry. I mean, everybody who worked there in Orlando was like young. They made a little money on tips at the bars or whatever, and they just spent all their money on music. And it was like great place for music, good place to rave.
That's cool. When I was in middle school, me and my brother, we went to FYE to do like
For
a
entertainment.
for a heist, and I had like this huge trench coat, and I just put like as many. CDs.
Oh, you were doing a massive.
It was a
CDs.
CD heist.
I would only do like 3 at a time.
Oh no, this was like $500 worth of music.
Oh, because what I would do even at Walmart. I
He
would
made
do
me
this-
take it because he couldn't get
Did
caught.
you get caught?
No, we didn't.
I got caught once at Best Buy, but I got rid of the CDs before I actually I dropped them on my pants or whatever before they caught me on the camera.
Yeah.
But I didn't have them on me when they got me, so I got out of it somehow. But they held me for a little while to try to figure out what I was doing. I was slick with it.
Yeah.
They couldn't catch
I was
me.
really good with it too.
But I mean, I was such a shoplifter. I would like go and steal at Walmart. I would go and steal like a razor first at like the hardware department, and then I would cut all the electronic things off with the razor and then put them in my pocket. So there was no tracing me at all. And yeah, or the Gap, I would just steal jeans. I'd wear 2 pairs of jeans out.
He's went crazy
Gap
with
was,
it.
the Gap was like the spot, man, for the fucking fire fashion back in the day in
Yeah.
Daytona Beach. Shit
When I was
crazy.
when I was in high school, I used to steal clothes too, but I would cut out the alarm because I was just so stupid.
Same thing.
And then my sister would be like, "Wait, what is that?" I was like, "Nah, it's fashion."
You'd
it's
have a
fashion."
hole, in the thing.
Yeah, you would have a
but
hole.
some of them,
On the jeans, the hole could be okay because that was like the
they'd be on the
style.
bottom right here. But every once in a while, you'd have the ink ones.
Yeah.
And they would fuck up your pants, could explode, and you'd just be like, I don't know, it's crazy, your fashion.
Well, for me,
Yeah.
they would put them on the top of the jean.
Yeah,
it would
if
just
the
look
hole
like a
was
weird
like right
dip.
there, it'd be whack.
Yeah.
If it was like a big hole you had to cut out.
It's the
But
stressed
mostly
denim.
they knew they'd put them on the bottom. You know, if I knew now what I knew then, you can go to Amazon if you're like a young shoplifter
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
Maybe edit all this out after you're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure you will. But for sure, you could buy like one of those things that just take the whole thing off.
Right.
But they have it behind the counter probably.
Oh yeah, that's
But
true.
you walk in and shop with one of those. Like there's so
Well,
much.
did you hear on the news there was this one guy, he got away he like just would order a ton of shit on Amazon, and then he would return it and make sure the box was the exact same weight.
To Amazon or to Walmart or something?
Huh?
To like Amazon or
What?
Walmart?
In dirt.
Yeah. They would fill it in dirt.
Oh, he would send it back.
He
with
would
the
send
right
it back
weight.
with the right weight because Amazon wasn't checking the packages.
All the only check was the weight.
The weight. So he got away with it, just like a shit ton of money from it.
Oh, so they would just put it back and they would end up shipping it to somebody else with dirt in it.
No. He would. They would check it later, and then they
Oh,
found
they
out it
found
was
out,
dirt.
but anyone knew it was him.
No, Amazon trusted their customers. And that one guy, he broke it. So
That guy ruined it for everybody.
he ruined it for everyone.
But the thing is, shoplifters, we get smarter. We're gonna figure out better ways to
Better ways.
hack the system.
I mostly did it for music. I would
Yeah.
go to house parties and steal iPod Nanos, but it could never be above that because it would be too mean.
Let me tell you something about I got heisted once though. My first
Yeah.
time I ever went to New York. I went to SOBs to see MF Doom concert. I was
Whoa,
living in
holy
Philly.
shit.
Yeah, I'm old.
What year is that?
98,
Damn.
99, 98. And I went to New York and I met this guy outside the SOBs used to be like the spot for hip hop
Right.
in New York, like for underground hip hop.
Right.
And I remember meeting a guy outside. He's like, "Yo, you like mini disc players? You even know what a mini disc player is?
Is that a CD player?
It's like you know what that is, right? It's like a mini little CD. it's like this thing where you could record like live sound with it. It was like cool technology for a while. This guy's like, it's this crackhead or whatever. And he was like,
Right.
"Yo, you want a mini disc player?" I was like, "Fuck yeah! How much?" He's like, $40. Like,
Oh my God,
fuck.
fuck.
It's like $200.
Oh,
I'm
they're
like, fuck.
$200.
Maybe like 25. He wanted something like $40. Like, yo, follow me around here, cause my boy, his dad owns like a Radio Shack, and he lets me steal stuff out the back, and like it's all good. So I went with him to like 4 blocks away, and then he's like, okay, I gotta go behind this radio. It wasn't even a Radio Shack. It was like an apartment building. So like, I don't know. I just trusted him.
Yeah.
So
What?
I went to like the corner, and he's like, give me the money. I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, cool. And then he's like, my friend will wait right here with you. And it was like another random guy.
Oh no.
And I was like, all right. And so I gave him the money, and he went in the back in the alley. And then I was like waiting like 3 minutes, like, damn, I should go back there and help him.
Yeah.
And the other guy was like, yo, that guy told me he gave me $5 if I make you stay here with me.
Oh.
So I was like, oh shit. And I went after the guy. It was like, we gave him $60.
Yeah,
And then
fuck.
he was gone though. So
Wait, why'd you guys give him 60 for 2 of them?
I can't remember what I was doing. I think 40 doesn't sound like enough money to really be sad about, but I remember I was really sad. I think it was like $60.
No, that's a lot of money when you're
a
young.
lot of money.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so you win some and you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. It was always a gamble.
Yeah.
When
I
did
take
you
the
know?
bus back to Philly from New York. It was like those $10 Chinese buses.
Oh, those were very classic.
Yeah, they still have them. Free
They do.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I remember riding the Chinese bus from.
They never really have Wi-Fi though.
They did back in the day, but I
Oh,
remember
okay.
that bus from New York to Philly. There'd always be like a lady sitting on like an octopus, like a live octopus or something like crazy. Like it was
Right.
like the craziest
Wow.
underground Chinese.
Oh, what? Like the drawing on the bus?
No, like there's a lady with like actual octopuses in a fish tank.
Oh, just sitting there,
with you, next to you.
transporting these.
Or like
octopus.
girls would like sit next to me in like a full like Muslim hijab,
Right,
and then
right,
like
right.
would like whisper to me, like write something and be like, hey, you want to buy ecstasy?
Yeah.
And like try to like sell me like
Oh my God.
kilos of drugs on the bus.
Did you ever buy any?
No, man, that's way too much crime.
Yeah.
I was cool with a little bit of shoplifting.
Yeah, but then on the bus it was just
On
weird
a bus
too.
from Chinatown would be like really
Yeah.
weird to start a whole like MDMA like drug company. I feel like
Yeah, that
it's
is.
not the way I want to like infiltrate the drug like
Absolutely
market.
not. What was the energy around 2009? 'Cause I feel like wasn't that when you did you start Major Lazer around then?
Yeah, I think Major Lazer's first album was 2009. I don't know when was 2009.
But then you also had your other album in 2009, your solo.
Wait, that was 2009.
Yeah, that was 2009.
Florida.
No, it wasn't Florida. I think that was 2007.
I don't even know what year is it.
2004 was Florida.
Now?
No,
2004.
no, 2014 was Florida.
14 was Florida.
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah.
No, it was 2004, dude.
Are you sure? It was 2004.
Yeah, 2004.
Florida was the first album, right?
2004 was Florida. Yes.
But then you had
I
the
was
other
24
album
when
that
it
started
came
with
out.
FNAF. What was it called? In 2014.
Fuck that shit.
It had like the black and white album cover.
Oh, that was the before Florida album.
Oh,
That was-
Spotify has it all
That
fucked up.
it was that was like a rare demo version I made of the album. That was black and white. That with the drawing that my guy made for me.
Okay.
It was called like, it was actually called Flows like demos, but
Okay.
that's underground.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was on Big Dot. I actually just was talking to someone. I played this festival last night in Canada called Shambhala, and I was wearing a Ninja Tune shirt.
Oh wow.
Do you know that label?
No, I don't.
Ninja Tune was my first label. I was signed to Big Data, but Ninja Tune was an underground label from the UK that signed like all the first UK rappers.
Right.
The guy who Witnessed the Fitness, what was his name? Anyway, they like started like the urban music scene in
London.
Yeah, back in like
The big
mid-90s,
push for it.
big 2000s, early 2000s. Yeah,
Yeah, I noticed
the
in
first
that.
English rap music. I was producing some of it.
I thought you were. Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna bring up. You were kind of the first to have like the crossover. Kind of giving America a look of grime.
Yeah,
And even in that
sure.
2009 album, you had a grime song in there, right?
I did, and I was the first person to play Fabric, like first American guy to go to Fabric and play. And I was do this party called Run the Road, and it was me and Dan Stacy who ran 679 Records, and it was with a bunch of other grime guys. Wiley used to play it, Sharky, Dizzy would come, but he was really big back then.
Right,
and
right.
then Kano was the main guy. He was still around, but he was kind of big back then. And Kano, we did this party at. I was like the hip hop guy.
Right.
I DJ hip hop, and those guys would do like the English hip hop.
English hip hop.
And I would mix it with house and stuff back then. It was really crazy for them,
Yeah.
but it was like the beginning of like this kind of. Now UK young people are very open-minded culture. They know everything from like
Right,
drum and
right,
bass to
right.
like raga to like
Yeah, they
underground
take it
dance
differently.
hall.
Like it's all.
Like you can play
kinda
everything in a
mashed.
set, and they're like, oh, they know every record.
They get it. Yeah.
You know, here it's like you kind of like it's a little bit harder to navigate a DJ set than it would be in England because they're just a little more. They've had dance music for the last 50 years. We just kind of like just started absorbing dance music commercially in like the last 10 years in America. So,
Italy's kind of like that too, with music.
I mean, all of Europe. All of Europe. You go to
yeah, they're
festivals, you're
just
like,
open to
damn,
all
these
kind of
buildings are
music.
like crazy. Like the house DJs are so sick, and
Yeah.
it's happening here though. There's a lot better festivals and like buildings happening here. I mean, even EDC
Yeah.
has like Black Coffee headlining a stage, or Lee Foss, or like they do like Seth Troxler or Paradise or whatever on main stage.
Yeah.
So like everybody's acclimated to great music now. It's at least the promoters are pushing it that way. They're not relying on the name brands as much, which is great for underground music.
Right. Because it's like just really about the real deal more now than it was.
I mean, back when I first started visiting LA, I remember EDC was here. It was at the Coliseum, and it was like crazy. The warehouse parties. Let's see, LA like 15 years ago was like insane.
Where would you say that the state of EDM is right now?
I mean, I think EDM was never really a thing. It never existed. It was always like a term that was coined by major labels to like sell the music, but it's still the dance music in general is thriving.
Alive and well and
yeah,
thriving.
It's crazy. I mean, every young person fucks with dance music. I remember like meeting Cardi B the first time, and she was like knew my like dance records and like was talking to me about Cascade and shit. Like,
Wow,
I was
that's
like,
crazy.
I was like, really? Like, shit, I'm surprised. I'm surprised at how many young people like really grow up with dance music in America now.
Tell me about when you started Major Lazer.
So Major Lazer was sort of an offshoot of working with MIA, and I was with Switch, who brought me to LA the first time. And he lives nearby here. He lives in Silver Lake.
Are you guys so close?
Yeah, I mean, not close, but I see him sometimes, and we trade emails. It's hard to get, even back then, it was hard to get things done with him. He was like a real reckless
Right.
genius, like it's the kind of that's what you need to be that good at music.
Right.
You need like a little like weird thing on the side of
Yeah.
kind of self-sabotaging. But he was great at that, and he like taught me how to use Logic, taught me how to use a laptop to produce music.
Yeah.
And he was like my like my dad in that music scene. He even brought me to like London. I was play with him, and I'd be like, "Damn, he played the weirdest ass music," and like he'd
Yeah.
get drunk and like fall and like press the pause
Oh
button, and
my
like the record
God.
would skip.
Yeah.
And then he'd like get up and press, and people go crazy for it. I mean, he was just like, it was like he was just his own thing, man. But you know, me and him started making music. We started working with MIA together,
Okay.
and we did her first album. I did like 2 songs on it. He did 3 songs, and then we stuck together and made her second album.
Which is the first one though was like such a classic.
I mean, I think the first one, I forget the name of the title of it.
Yeah, me too.
MIA.
Mm.
But we made, but I mean, before the album came out, I made
There
a
was a
mixtape with her
mixtape.
called Pirates
The
of
mixtape.
Terrorism.
Yeah.
That was crazy because we was totally unlicensed, complete chaos,
Yeah.
just sampling whatever we wanted to. But we made so much money on that because we sold CDs back then. I would
Like
go
physically.
to New York, and I would just give this guy who I trusted. I'm so happy this guy never fucked me over.
Yeah.
I give him like a CD, be like, "Yo, I want to buy the cheapest cases."
Wow.
Each CD would cost me it's like 45 cents to make the whole CD.
That's crazy.
I'd do like 200 at a time. I'd sell them to distributors for $7 a piece. So I was making like a markup of like
Holy shit.
$6.50 for like 200 CDs a week. And I'm not a good math person, but the math is great.
Yeah.
And I was like selling to like Australia, England, like going to Turntable Lab, like selling to like
What was that like
Kim's
though?
Music, like hand to hand, just making cash. I mean, everybody's hustling back then. I was making more money than like the drug dealers in Philly. But people were like,
Yeah, but for you were kind of like going all over the world, and now.
yeah. But even like the guys who were making white label records were making shitload of money back then because you have to buy, like, they were bootlegging like Jay-Z records, whatever they were.
Right,
like,
right, it was
Killer
mostly
Cuts,
rap.
like we just bootleg rap music and sell the white label vinyl to like Armand Records, all these, or Funko Mart or whatever in Philly.
What's a
New
white
York.
label vinyl?
It's like white labels, like if a song's hot on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, this is before like Serato and CDJ. This is how
Yeah.
old I am. You'd have to have the vinyl to like
Right,
play
right,
the
to play
records.
it.
So like if a record was hot, the labels had to get it out somehow. They couldn't
Right.
wait for like a record to pop and
Right,
blow up.
right,
so like, you
right.
make a white label with like four songs on each side, like
Yeah.
the new fucking 50 Cent bootleg
Right.
remix or whatever.
And
Eminem
the
records,
single,
like
the clean version.
remember when Nicki Minaj first came out? Like she was
Okay.
on white labels, and you'd have like four songs on each side. I'd buy like every one that was hot, be like $12.
Right.
I buy like 3 a week because I was DJing the clubs, and the money was just going to like a dude who printed them. Like it was like,
Damn.
and the labels were kind of involved because they need the music out, but they were like looking the other way, and people were making like $100,000 a month, like on these like selling vinyl like all over the country.
What
did
were
with
you doing with the
mixtapes.
money?
I didn't sell the vinyl. I did. The guy who actually did make vinyl originally from Mad Decent, and I remember I did get fucked over, and the guy like sold all the vinyl and didn't tell me how many he made. It was like, oh, you only
Damn.
sold like 20 vinyl, and we'd be
Shit.
like, he sold like 200 and wouldn't tell us.
Son of a bitch.
So you could, but that's just the hustle. The CD guy treated me right, and I made
Right.
I made enough money to buy a house like in 1
Damn.
year. I made more money now per the amount of work I do when I was making bootleg shit and not paying taxes.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now I'm official and I pay taxes, and I still make money. But back then it was like I would just cash.
Right.
It was awesome.
Shit.
Yeah, back in the day.
What
You
was-
can't really hustle like that anymore. I mean, people do it. There's hustles like people like selling like Supreme Patties, selling like chains on like line or whatever.
Right,
I
the
don't know
free
what
chains?
the hustles are, but I know there are.
Yeah, they got the free chain
There's new
hustles
hustles
now.
that are fire.
Yeah.
I don't understand them, but I know there's young people doing awesome hustles. So
Yeah.
shout out to all those guys hustling out there.
You don't understand what I'm asking. Like, what was the vibe touring
Oh.
for the first time?
Touring.
Like, you was touring. Like,
Okay,
you was around the
first
globe.
time?
Like, it was you, MIA,
What'd I do?
Switch. I was going crazy. Nobody heard a sound like that before.
But we weren't
and
really-
there you
we
was
weren't-
delivering it.
We weren't doing international when me and MIA were doing it.
You
We
said you
did-
was in London, though.
That was it. It was like London and all through America.
Right, okay.
We did like Brazil. And that
Did
was,
the
like, a big
sound
deal.
immediately hit?
I mean, I think that what happened with MIA and even Santi Gold and some like Spank Rock, the guys who were like the Philly scene, Plastic Little. I think what happened was that we were the beginning of this sort of hipster culture.
Right, right,
That
right.
It's like we couldn't put a label on it then because people didn't dress cool.
Mm.
They didn't look a certain way, but they were
Yeah,
just
I
like
know.
middle class kids that liked this new thing.
Right, that liked it. Yeah.
That wasn't rock. It wasn't pop. It was like their thing.
wasn't rap, it was
MIA
just
didn't
this
belong anywhere. She literally
No.
was like, if you're fucking
And still
somebody
to
with
this
an
day.
attitude,
Yeah.
and you're fucking cool, this is your music.
Yeah.
If you say fuck you to everything else, this is your music. She was like the punk
Right.
of that era. So
Was.
the energy was,
Yeah.
it was for like the new people. And
Yeah,
it wasn't
right,
really,
right,
hipster
right.
wasn't really a thing
It's just
yet,
this
but
is the next wave.
I would imagine it was the beginning of that. And I think she was,
There was
she
like nothing
that.
to compare it
She
to.
was that energy.
Yeah.
And then from her, I feel like if you just caught a glimpse of it, it was inspiring to a lot of other men and women who became like after her for sure, because she like blazed that trail of like I'm gonna use my attitude and say shit and be fucking crazy. And
Yeah.
people are gonna pay attention to my music, whether they like it or not. They're gonna remember me. I'm fucking cooler than everybody else out there. And she was.
She
the
was,
baddest
100%.
ass artist at that time.
Legend.
And
Would you-
everybody was fucking with her. I remember going to LA. It was like Jimmy Iovine, like Missy was there. Everybody was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
we want to sign you." Everybody was trying to
Oh my
manage her at
God.
the moment. I was like, "What the fuck
Jesus.
is going on here?" And it was like,
Just out of nowhere.
she was the whole thing.
Would you guys ever work on music again?
We did like a little session in London like about a month ago, like in the summer, last summer I guess. No, it was like beginning of this summer. We
Oh.
linked up. She can't get a visa in America. I think she might have got one for her documentary, but we still talk. I have to finish a song for her actually right now.
Right now.
It's whenever they're not really hitting me with a due date, but they're
Yeah.
like always asking me for the files. So
What'd you think of her documentary?
I didn't actually see it. I went to the end of it. I caught the end of it, and I was at her Q&A and at the Ace Hotel.
Yeah.
But I didn't finish. I didn't get the chance to see it.
I saw it. It was pretty sweet.
Is it on Netflix?
No, I saw it in the IFC theater.
Yeah, it's on. I don't think it's on
Yeah,
the place
it's
I
not-
can see
no.
it. So I'm waiting to see it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm sure it's awesome. That era.
Tell me about working with Santi Gold.
So Santi Gold is like another legend. I met her through just being in the Philly, New York scene, through Spank Rock and them, and then she was in a band called Stiffed.
Okay.
And I love like dark, like gothic rock music, and her band was like that. It was like this awesome. Fucking, she screamed. She was like doing Bad Brains covers. Like, she was
Damn.
dope as fuck. Like I loved her, and then she was trying to like work on something new, because Stiff was kind of doing his thing, but she knew there was like energy, the new energy. So I think
Right.
me and Switch worked on her stuff, and she had a record called Creator, and then we just started vibing with making Stiff a little more electronic. And I did
Yeah.
some stuff for her album, and then she was like one of my best friends back in those
Damn.
days. Like she lived in Philly. We traveled to Jamaica a lot together. Her husband was a good friend of mine, Trouble Andrew.
Trouble Andrew. Yeah, he's a good guy.
So in general, she was just her energy was so dope. I still see her a lot.
Damn.
Her kids my kids and her kids are friends. you know?
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
she's around. She actually has a house in Jamaica near my place in Jamaica.
Damn.
So she's family.
How do you deal with like, because this is something I always see you just moving. You're just kind of like the Flash. Like, how do you deal with like being a father and then having to like travel and work so much? I've even like read that you.
I mean, I think just having awesome kids and their mother is so awesome.
Yeah.
And having like that, just having peace and energy and, you know.
Well, also just keeping it together. I mean, like
Yeah.
I read that like you one year did 300 shows in a year. There's only 365 days. It's like, how the fuck?
But the
do you
thing
just
about
mentally...
some of them are 2 shows in a day, so
Okay.
maybe like 20 of those. So then I get like 20 more days off.
Yeah, but still, come on, dude. That's
it's
a
still,
lot.
It's still a lot, but
Like how? Just how?
I grew up really kind of like, I wouldn't say poor, but my parents like were always taught me to never fuck up an opportunity. So
yeah.
I just,
It's
if
so
I get a
crazy.
gig, it's so hard for me to say no to things.
Right.
I mean, so that's why I'm here to the interview with you. I couldn't say no. I was like, I have to do Kerwin's interview because
Yeah.
I'm a fucking boss man right here.
Yeah.
So
That's a fact.
I feel like
That is a fact.
if I get an opportunity to do something, I just want to try to do it. And
Damn,
I
that's
actually,
cool.
that's actually probably not the best advice. It's better to say no to shit. But I think I'm done all right now. I'm starting to slow down. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not that hard.
Do you feel like you'll ever take a break?
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about music and me is that I still love music. Like
Yeah.
I still, because I do so many diverse things with music, like
Yeah.
whether it's like dance hall with Major Lazer or hip hop and I'm like country music, I actually like, if I don't like it, I won't venture into it, but I still am learning so much. I'm like down to try new things.
Do you still got that same
I think it's what
feeling?
Contact-
When
it's
you
like-
like make that
Yeah, I feel like that's what Kanye's like always, because everything he does is so different.
Right,
that he's
right,
never
right.
lazy.
bored with it? Yeah.
Like when I see Big Sean like stepping away from music, he's like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I get where he's coming from. I can
Yeah.
see how that could get old
right.
with everything, with the energy around you not being
Mm.
right. But I always put myself in other things. Like when something feels like maybe
That's
this
enough.
isn't popping, let me just move over here.
Yeah.
And I don't mind being a beginner in this.
Yeah.
I don't mind trying this and not being good at it, and being like learning about it and being better at it. So
Right.
that's what I've always loved about music. Also, as a producer, it's a lot easier for me to navigate around. When you're an artist, it's hard to get away from what your fans know you as.
Right.
As a producer,
yeah.
I get to hide a little bit behind the artist. I
Right,
produce,
and they're a
so-
little more open, and they get to see you change.
And I get
to
to,
it.
I can change that. I mean, like look at like, I think about I think about Bowie, right? He
Right.
always, I mean, he did everything from like Blue Eyed Soul to like funk to like hardcore
That's a
to
fact.
like industrial music,
Yeah.
glam. Like he started with folk music. I mean, the guy just, but everything was him. Everything was
Yeah.
his personality.
And it all made sense.
Yeah, Prince same way. The Clash probably like my favorite example, like how they moved around and left. With just when punk was popping, they left to do like hip hop, you know, and like disco. And I feel
Was
like,
it true that the Clash they have 50% of Paper Planes?
Yeah,
Do
for
you-
sure. They would have 100, but we replayed it.
100?
No, because I replayed their song.
Wait, what do you mean you
Straight to
replayed
Hell.
it?
They had a record called Straight to Hell that I loved.
Yeah. I know you got
I
the
looped the
very.
intro.
How'd you know with that very beginning? Because that's like so quick.
But I think it's just. you
It's
know,
such a crazy part of the
my
song.
heroes as producers are like
Yeah.
guys like DJ Premier and
Yeah,
Jay
or
Dilla.
Dilla.
They found them a
From a little crack
large
in the
professor,
song.
even crazier.
Yeah.
Most Def. They found loops that just. That's like the beauty of hip hop was that. You could make something that just doesn't make any sense.
Right,
You could
right.
create something new that just does not belong. There's no reason like that sample should create a record like Paper Planes or there's no like theory to that. That's what's great about being a producer, being a hip hop producer.
That's a fact.
But it was the earworm. I remember looping it up. I was like, damn, this shit, I can listen to this for like an hour. That's when you know you got a good ass loop, you know. And then the song kind of was secondary. We like started playing around. The one thing a lot of producers don't realize when they're making hip hop beats is that they have to pretend they're a rapper for a minute to
Right.
to like think, oh, can I? Because beats can be fire. Like beats
Right.
can just be like so dope. You
Yeah.
bob your head to it. But if you're working in the studio, with the guy, can I imagine Megan Thee Stallion like
right.
writing on this, or can I imagine like can I think of
Yeah.
her flow, or like you got to imagine that. Otherwise,
It's
you're
seeing
just
the person
a
there.
beat guy. You're just
Mhm.
making beats that are dope, but you're not. You have to see how.
It's like
can this
making a
beat-
painting.
Yeah,
and
can this beat
seeing-
interact with somebody? Can
Yeah.
this
Does this fit in their world?
Yeah, can this influence someone to write a record?
Right.
That's the most key part about being a producer.
Did you know that you guys were gonna be sampled on Who Run the World by Beyonce?
I had no idea. It came out of nowhere. Beyonce's always been she's the most mysterious artist, right?
Yeah, that's a
So
fact.
she always drops the record like the day before.
Holy
she
shit.
tells you like it's gonna happen. Like
Oh wow! So you guys were just told the day before?
I went to the studio like a week before and worked on it a little bit to fix it for her, but then it just came out like within like 4 days after I worked on it. But it was like that with the last one too. I did Lemonade, and then I didn't hear any demos of the songs I did. And then like the day before, she's like, "Can you come to mix?" And I went and mixed it with her. I had to listen
Damn.
to stuff, and then something happened with Lion King. I did this record with her called Already, with Shouts to Wally. From
Wait. When you guys did the Lemonade track, what was the hold up? What
Yeah.
was the process of making that? Because that's like
That record, I
kind
made
of my
it.
favorite song on that
I
album.
made it in my old studio in Atwater with Ezra from Vampire Weekend.
Okay.
He was just
He's a
around.
good guy.
It's the homie, and we just
Yeah.
we had done a record called Jessica for Major Lazer,
Mm-hmm.
and he I love the idea of samples in him. I love the idea of doing hip hop, like production wise and like vibe wise, with an artist like Ezra. You
Yeah.
know, like someone that because he knows it. You know, he loves reggae music and he loves.
Right.
He knows the vibe. So we make a hip hop beat, a sample, and then we just sing over it. I did it with this record that we used for Hold Up. It was I forget the name of it. It was Can't Believe I'm Losing You by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I sampled it. He wrote that record, little verse, and he wrote the chorus, which is also sampling the Yeah Yeah Yeahs
Wow.
maps. So we did that.
Wow.
Flipped it, and then
I didn't even know that.
Father John Misty wrote the verses.
Wait, what part is sampled from Maps?
Hey, they don't love
They
you
don't
like I
love
love you.
Wow.
And then so we sampled
That's
that.
crazy.
And then so the funny thing is on that song I have like 1% writing. Because it's like a giant sample that we couldn't. The master guy has the master rights.
Yeah.
Andy something, and then Karen O, which I emails like, can you help me out here a little bit?
Oh no.
Has like 30% or
Yeah.
the whole yeah yeahs, and then
Holy
Father
shit.
John, Soldier Boy has some fucking
Yeah, he
she just
does. Yeah,
swag on.
'cause she-
Soldier Boy has more
Turn my
writing.
swag on.
I love you, Soldier Boy, but you have more writing on that record than I do,
Damn.
and so that's what it is. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, man. But then sometimes I'll get samples. So like with Run the World, that's
Wow.
not my record.
That's
The funny thing about Run the
crazy.
World is that actually that song paid for Vibes Cartel's entire legal fees to go
Wow.
to fight while he was in jail.
Damn.
So that's like a big record for him because he wrote the chorus in that record.
That's
not on
so
Beyonce,
crazy.
but on the floor.
Yeah, but oh,
The connect,
okay.
like the cultural, like path that
Yeah,
the
what
record
that
took
song did.
is very unique. But that's kind of what this day and age is like that. Those journeys that records can do. You feel me?
Yeah, that's shit.
Let me hit this Kavita real quick. Oh yeah,
yeah,
so
go
that.
ahead.
Thank you. Yeah.
What is it you like so much about this drink? I always see you drinking it.
I like the idea that it's sparkling.
Yeah.
So I like the carbonation, and then I think it's got fake sugar in it, but I can't tell. So it's got it's got 9 grams of sugar. That's all right. I just like it, man. It's like refreshing.
When I
Swipe up to find out about Kavita.
yeah, just swipe up.
Probably get a sponsorship deal. I don't know. We talk a lot about shoplifting a lot.
One of my favorite my favorite DJ was DJ I know you knew
DJ
him.
AM.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so dope. Like when the MIA thing was happening in LA, he was the first guy to put us on. We like played Banana Split here in LA, and he was the first guy to play Paper Planes in the clubs too.
I didn't know that.
He played the Clash record and dropped that, and like he was playing mainstream clubs, like big clubs, like
Right.
the One Oaks and like Vegas. He would do like Rain, and this is before like the new Vegas scene, and he would play all these dope ass records. And he was one of the first DJs in the mainstream, like to play like all the big clubs.
But also the first to get the corporate gigs.
Yeah, he was doing corporate gigs, but he was playing like he was actually just not being lazy. He was
Wow.
playing like cool ass records and playing.
Damn.
I go see him play. I was like, damn, this guy like is playing for all these celebrities who didn't really know about music, but he was playing like dope shit.
Dope
and
shit,
I remember
yeah.
he was very influential to me because you could like kind of like be mainstream, be underground. You could do everything and not worry about it. And I think that's one of the things he did really well. Dope guy. R.I.P. He went through a lot, man.
Legend,
Jeez, that
yeah.
guy. But the LA scene was very important. He was very important because he was also putting on records like by Justice back then.
Yeah.
Like he like put their records in like a big club and helped break those sounds.
How
So
break that sound, yeah.
He was very, very.
Because
very-
before
very
those
good.
were only played in like little
Yeah, they were. It was
basement
very underground
parties.
and he helped to cross it over a little bit.
Were you a fan of DJ Hero?
I never got to play that record. I mean, with that game, I guess. What does it do?
It's Guitar Hero for DJs.
What do? You mix like live?
You mix it live.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you mix it live.
I remember Parappa the Rapper. I played that game.
Oh, I'm a huge
Was
Parappa
that
the
like
Rapper
was
fan.
that similar?
That's crazy.
Because you kind of had to do the rhythm on Parappa the Rapper, but DJ Hero had real music in it.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't know. I think I might have done soundtrack for it, but I don't remember
But-
playing it.
Yeah, you did.
I never got
you
it.
did.
Though.
And
I had a DJ controller too, right?
yeah, how did DJ controller?
They gave it to me. I never had a fucking PlayStation until like last year.
Oh wow.
I
Yeah,
know.
no, it was cool. It was so the lines would come out and it would be like either a DJ AM
Yeah.
scratch of one of the mashups, or they had Daft Punk do a mega mix of all their hits, and then you'd go chicka chicka DVNO for couple chicka chicka chicka.
Was that popular? Like that game?
No, everyone hated it.
Okay, I
but
was
all
like-
the DJs made a bag off of it.
Maybe I did.
Did you not get a bag?
By this time in my career?
You did, but you didn't play
I don't
it.
even
and
know
that was
what
a
was
problem.
going on. Yeah. Back when I used to just like
You
sell
got
my
the bag.
CDs hand to hand, I remember the money I made. Now, I don't know who the fuck got my money, man. My management, IRS, what the fuck, man?
Where's the money?
DJ Hero.
They took it.
Yeah.
They took it and ran.
How's DJing going for you?
It's good. I took a break from it for a little bit.
You're doing so much, like, Kerwin, like, hosting now.
It's just curling everything.
You're doing, like, so much editing and, like, doing, like, I feel like you're like a talk show host now.
Almost. I don't know. I don't know what I am. I don't know. People ask me, "Oh, what do you do?" And I don't know how to answer that.
In Fashion Week?
It's just a bunch of different hats, you know, kind of like you.
You actually have a lot of hats.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen you wear a lot of hats on Instagram. Like, actual hats.
Yeah, I'm a hat collector.
I got a couple cowboy hats now, but
Yeah. No, I mean, it's fun. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I have to take breaks from it, and it's just like the same thing with you with music. It's almost like I really like hopping out of it, and then when I come back in, just like I go hard.
I mean,
go in with it.
that's the best way to do any career. I feel like is like back and forth,
and it's
so you can fall back and see what you're doing.
Another thing that's
and then get inspired by people. Never
Yeah.
get if you get sick of something, then it's a job.
yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't feel like your life anymore.
And you might as well hang it up when I get to that.
Yeah.
So it's like another thing that's really cool is that my fan base is like okay with me moving to different things, and they
Yeah.
don't even question it. Like when I was gonna do the film festival and just show my favorite movies at a theater, no one said, "Oh, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Or like they're just like, "Oh, of course, that's like the next thing."
That's
for
actually a
Erwin."
dope concept. though.
Yeah. So that's kind of something I've had a lot of fun with, and has like allowed me to like give everything the same 100%. Is like just people being okay with me doing other things, and also just
Yeah.
like moving, because my ADHD can't just be on one thing.
I think a lot of
So,
young people, whether it's rappers or DJs, whatever it is, they have to understand that their brand is worth more than their music
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. Because
Yeah.
that brand, they can make great music, but unless their brand is getting attention, this sounds
Yeah.
so superficial, but it's real life.
it is.
You have to play that game. Unless their brand is like, unless there's eyeballs on what you're doing, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have people actually access your music
Yeah.
or your art.
Yeah.
And it's once you get to a level where people you're in the constant like zeitgeist, that's great.
Yeah.
But a lot of young people, they don't understand that it's hard to get to that point.
100%.
And they make so much. There's so many guys who make dope ass shit, like Jai Paul, for instance. We
Right.
all love him, right? Like he's some of my favorite records of the last 10 years, but only like a certain group of people even know about it. You
Right,
know, if the
right.
world knew about it, it's just like it'd be massive. I feel
Yeah.
like it's like there's so much. Sometimes I think about this fact that 99% of all the music in the world is never heard because it's just like sitting on my hard drive or sitting on your
Facts.
hard drive. Like
Well,
we only scratch the surface of what creativity people make.
I go through that when because I don't really make mixes that much, but I did one called Turn That Shit Off, and it's my favorite like just work of like music in a mix, and I'm making a new one now. But one of the battles you go through with is just like, do I want to like, oh, am I gonna put people onto this, or let's keep this low key? But it's like you kind of really have to, once you put your eggs out there and don't give a fuck, it's like you get to kind of make or introduce the best shit that exists. And that's kind of like, that's almost what I try to do with my career, is almost like just,
It is a balance though to be, like, do you want to reach critical mass? Because once you're like that, you're like Rockaway or whatever, and then
Right,
you
right,
kind of
right.
like don't exist anymore
Right.
in a way. Or do you want to like give people a little bit, give them something that's big? You kind of like play the game, because it's like with fashion. Once you reach that level,
it's like,
you
what are
gotta
gonna
play.
do?
You gotta play. Like you gotta be safe with it, but at the same time, don't be so safe that you're.
Don't be so safe with it.
Like.
Well, as long as you stay true to it.
Yeah.
It's like,
You just gotta
no
love it. You just
sponsorship could fuck you up.
Yeah.
Nothing if you're like true to
if you make
yourself.
at the end
way
of the day, if you
execute
make
it.
great shit, people are gonna know that it's good.
Yeah.
I just think it's hard to get people to pay attention to what you're doing nowadays. Even if you're a big star, like
Yep.
you have to. It's people sway to left and right and move on so quickly right now.
Yeah.
I think it's happening in hip hop. I feel so bad for like a young
It's like
rappers
this
who like
ADHD.
have one song pop off.
Yeah, and they only get 9 months to like
and
make
like
a
literally,
whole
and then
nother-
and then the people are on to the next one.
That's it.
Remember when face tats were like the fucking like every dude had like a whole face,
Yeah,
covered.
right.
and it was like we got kind of like we saw it all. We saw all of it now, so it was like that was like a glitch in the system. I felt like for a little while
Yeah.
that like you could just like do
Are you
that,
talking about recently?
like the last 4 years?
You said the last 4 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like every like rapper was like outdoing themselves with like
The
body
face tats.
modification,
Yeah.
whatever it was,
Yeah.
to get like attention.
Yeah.
And then once they got the attention, they had to hold it. Only guy who could hold that capacity was like 6ix9ine. Because every time he did something, he was crazier. It was just got crazier the way he went to prison. Actually, like.
Do you miss him? I miss him a
did.
little bit.
I mean, hip hop for me. I don't want to sound like an old person and down.
You don't have to.
But I really was excited about hip hop like a year and a half ago.
When Tekashi was out.
Tekashi,
He was so
X,
cool.
Peep, like these guys I was working with, even Trippy. We have a dope song that just came out called Exclamation Point on Friday. But
Wish was like my favorite Trippy
Wish,
song.
even like all these guys I met him, I was like, damn, these guys are fucking young. They're raw as fuck. They're a little bit scary. But I knew they were like, even Yachty, who was an awesome guy too. Like, I knew they
he's a
had it.
fucking fella.
But the three of them, remember Peep X and 6ix9ine were the ones I was like, damn, these guys are really like
they fucking like icon, like they
had
have a
it.
presence,
And then now nobody has that. I feel like,
which is fucking depressing.
It is, because we like lost that moment. Now I was really excited about it for a little while. It kind of got me like down, but maybe that era is over. Maybe it's not even.
That's what I was thinking, and I
maybe
kind of like noticed that a little bit. Is like, yeah, no one else is even bringing that energy. Not even on the marketing way of doing it, which 6ix9ine was just like marketing genius. But
I mean,
even the same energy to music is like it's not even as it was a year ago. Like
Yeah.
things are just moving so fast.
I think the labels got really smart to it. So
Right,
they literally, I think the
right.
way labels literally watered down the music so quickly
All the time, yeah.
that there's like it's hard to even if you're like a really cool young artist, they're gonna sign a whatever generic guy that they can control
The
give
fake
him-
version of
and
it.
give them like the same record.
Yeah,
the records aren't
yeah.
like that complicated to make. It's
No,
like,
no.
it's
I
hard. to
feel like
find.
being a musician though is almost the hardest profession of like
If you're-
if you're
yeah.
being a successful musician. I'm sorry. So it's like once you get it, sustaining it for the rest till you die is like the
It's
fucking
impossible.
but that's like what
That's
the
why you can't
scope
chase
is.
that. You have to chase being a great person.
yeah.
Great like brand, like you know, being like true to yourself. Like
That's a fact.
look at John Mayer. The guy's like, I don't even know what records he's put out recently. I'm just his biggest fan. I don't even know what's going on.
I'm his
because
biggest fan, and I know
he just
all his
like
records.
he just like fucking. It's just he's bigger than the music, you know, and that's
Yeah.
what makes him great. And he's always gonna have a fan base that's gonna like love what he does.
Yeah.
And he's also a fucking genius at
He's a genius.
virtuoso. So it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but it gives me hope that you can do that and still be sane and relevant. And
Have you made a track with John Mayer yet?
We did a couple tracks actually, but
Really? Which ones?
they're never gonna cause like it's like those records that you never hear.
Right.
We came over here, we vibed.
But
for a
I could
couple
hear him
times.
after this, right?
I might play it for you in the headphones.
Okay,
you feel
that's
me?
cool. Okay. Little jam.
They can't leak. He'll literally probably kill me.
Yeah.
But we have some dope ideas. He's dope. I'm glad he came over and gave me like a little bit of like time of his busy schedule.
Yeah.
We wrote some cool shit.
Damn. So
Yeah.
tell me about Jack U. Are we gonna get another Jack U project?
I
I know
hope
you
so.
love. That's your favorite question
No,
to hear.
I'm glad to talk about it. I haven't talked to Sonny in a while, so I don't know what's the deal.
Why haven't you guys talked? Tell me the truth.
We don't have any real reason that we didn't talk. We just
Just growing.
yeah, we separated. We just did our own things. I think he really has. He's prolific as fuck, right? So he has
Yeah.
a lot of music. I think he needs to come out before we do anything Jack U.
Right. He wants to do more Skrillex before he gets back to Jack U.
I mean, he has to.
but
He
you guys
has-
are the fucking A team.
Yeah, I'm ready. Whenever he's ready, I'm ready to rock out with him.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff. I feel like that he could flip to,
That's cool.
so I'm ready. So Sonny, if you're out there, you know I love you. Shout out Tim, Sonny. Yeah, I'm ready, man. Let's get back.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Let's get back in the lab.
Do it.
Also, he looks awesome. He's healthy. He's like traveling.
Yeah.
He's happy. So I think maybe he doesn't even need to make music anymore. At one point, that's like the key to life. It's like you don't chase music. You just chase life, and you love it. That's like also key. It's great to have attention and like get shit done, but eventually, also good to like be content and happy and awesome.
What's your favorite thing about being a dad? I just
Man,
became
being a
father.
dad, being a dad is literally like the meaning of life.
Yeah.
To
I was saying
create
that.
to create something like that and like invest your energy in it, and it's
Yeah.
all not only is it like your genetics, but whatever you as a person, it's like you give the best things to him and hold the bad things. That's
Yeah.
like being a great dad. It's hopefully, giving them, just trying to give them your best person, and then the best like lessons you can.
Yeah. What's
I
your
mean-
favorite memory with your kids?
Damn, dude, every day this just gets better and better.
Yeah.
I mean, my kids are so weird. Like, and they tell stories and they're so creative.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky as hell. I mean, my best memory I have to find on my phone. My son, my littlest one, Laser, he pooped in the pool like about a
Wait,
year
his name is
ago.
Laser?
Yeah, his name's
Oh,
Laser.
that's sick.
He pooped in the pool, and I remember I videotaped him. So his mom was like, "You gotta talk to him because that's not acceptable." And he wasn't listening to me. And
Yeah.
I remember put my phone up because I was trying to record this.
No.
Him like explaining to me why he pooped, and we should cut to this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you see it. I'm gonna find it and send it to you to edit it.
Okay.
But basically, he was like, "I didn't know I pooped, and I didn't mean it to come out. I didn't know it happened." And then and he's like, "I knew if it floated, the cleaning guy would get it, so it wasn't a big deal." I was like, "That's not." And I'm trying to be serious. Like, that's not. You can't rely on the pool guy. And I'm like cracking up, but yeah, my kids they're weird, man.
Yeah.
And I love it. And it's maybe you live in LA.
Nah, New York.
I think LA might not be the best place to raise a kid, but
Yeah, no. I hate being out here.
I love it. Look at this weather.
I think we had this talk before.
I think I tried to convince you this is nice. Maybe you should live on my porch.
I've been a father for a month, and like it's already like you kind of almost have that feeling immediately. Just like this is the meaning of life.
Yeah.
And especially when it's with someone you love. Yeah, it's the craziest.
I mean, I'll tell you what.
experience.
I think I've been around the block a lot, and I've had a lot of girlfriends and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never known true love till I had kids.
Wow.
Like that's unconditional.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
something, and maybe that's like the world we live in now, where it's hard to find that relationship with an adult, or like to find that to find a soulmate a lot of ways. But at least I found that with the children I have. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is they can't escape me.
Yeah.
They're never leaving. They need me, and I love
Yeah.
that, and I need them, and it's like that's the truest love. So I
Right,
learned
right.
that from my children.
That's true.
So that's cool.
Damn.
Did I get into this philosophical?
Yeah, that was nice. Tell me about the BlackBerry ad. Speaking about
That's
your kids.
old, bro.
I want
That's
to know about
crazy.
it.
Let me tell you what. Cause you guys know I hustled. I made money in different ways, but I didn't make any money on that BlackBerry ad.
Nothing?
Nothing. I got a BlackBerry phone.
What?
Yeah, and I got it free for 24 months.
Wait,
Which
that
actually
was
back
it?
then, yeah, it's so bad, right?
What?
I think I got like 20K or something, but like actually back then, international data plans were so.
Wait, you got
fucked up.
20K?
I think so, but I can't remember. I think I
You think you got
I
20K?
don't remember, man. But back then, let me tell you, back then, the international data was so fucking fucked up. Like when I was
Right, right.
traveling, without my BlackBerry free AT&T deal, I was spending like $200, $300 a month.
Oh,
on phone
shit,
bills.
true, yeah.
Now, which is crazy because I don't know. I'm not a math person, but
Wait, we got a special guest.
data is actually. Does data cost anything? No, it's free. It comes
It's
out
free
of
now.
But honestly, those people, they're charging you for nothing in the first place. It's the biggest hack.
yeah.
Hey, this is my son, Rocket.
Hey,
He can join the
I'm
interview.
Kerwin.
I was just talking about you from a minute ago. Can you tell us a story?
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about your dad?
He's my dad.
What's your favorite dad memory?
Going fishing?
That's insane that he likes to go fishing because
Most
that's,
people don't
that's
have
a
the
new
patience
thing.
for it.
No, that's a new thing. These guys really like to fish. Your mouth is fucked up. Are you okay?
Oh, he
Here,
ate
wipe your
chocolate.
Yeah, he had a little chocolate.
I didn't mean to say that F word, but listen,
Fun.
these guys love fishing. I don't know why.
It's fun.
I never liked fishing, and now they want to go fishing all the time.
Are you gonna introduce this guy?
Yeah,
This-
are you
this
gonna
one's-
introduce him?
This is Laser.
Laser. He's working on a beat?
What noise is that?
Yeah, what's going on?
But did you catch fish in Idaho? He caught 2 fish.
What'd you do today?
Today, I went swimming.
Oh, that's cool. I can't swim.
Why?
I don't know. I just can never learn.
Rocket can teach you.
I'm scared of water.
What else did you do?
Yeah.
I ate lunch.
What'd you have for lunch?
Breakfast.
What'd you have for breakfast?
For breakfast, do you know what cream of wheat is?
No.
I do.
I had cream of wheat, and a hash brown and some fruit.
You like hash browns?
I
They're
don't-
pretty sweet.
I don't like plums.
You don't like plums. I hate plums.
You monster laser.
You're a monster.
How could you?
What do you guys want to do today?
I don't know.
What time is it?
Go home. I want to nibble you.
That's nice.
What are you doing?
Doing an interview.
This is an interview. What's your favorite?
This is a movie.
What's your favorite song that your dad ever made?
Lean on.
You like Lean On?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Thunderclouds.
I do. But I like Lean on better.
Name some songs that you like. I did.
Yeah. Name some.
Lean on. Mountains. That's
Mountains is a
all.
classic.
He likes
Those are my
songs,
2
dude.
favorites.
He really likes to rate my songs. He doesn't like all my songs.
Like 1 out of
because-
10?
Well, he does a thing. It's a thumbs up or thumbs down, but he has the thumb has like can go between down and up.
What were some that you hated?
What songs do you not like?
Audio.
Yeah, I hated that one too.
You didn't like that one?
Not really.
Oh, I'll make a better one for you.
That. Beard.
Mustache, nose.
Nose hair. Neck hairs.
I know I gotta shave.
No. Hair.
Thanks.
What are you doing, little chunk?
Do you guys want to go play ping pong?
Yeah. Yeah.
John Bob, can you play ping pong with these guys?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Oh.
Bye. I'll see you guys in a minute. I'll come out in a minute. Damn. All right, that's my kids.
That was nice.
Oh yeah. Get this. My bun popping again. Those are my kids, guys.
Yeah, they're sweet.
Those actually aren't my kids. I borrowed those kids for the shoot.
They're doubles.
There's
They're here
extras.
for the reenactment.
Yeah. Kerwin handled that. I was like, yo, I need 2 kids to come through one thing.
Tell me about starting Mad Decent Block Party, because before it was like really crazy, and then
Did you ever go to that? in New
Yeah, I
York?
did.
Okay,
I
yeah.
did, and
It was the
in
beginning of
Brooklyn
a-
in that gated place.
Oh yeah.
And it was so cool, but it was you and Fool's Go Day Off that was
Yeah.
head to head.
We never did that again because that was the homies, but that was an accident because we're in the same management.
Oh.
But they're more hip hop festival. We were doing like the EDM.
Yeah, but you guys would
thing.
wipe them out to the ground.
No, because they grew exponentially because hip hop from when we did Maddie's Block Party, Fools Go Day Off. They booked Migos when like
You guys don't do-
when they had Bando. I mean,
Yeah,
like
but you guys
A-Track
had Riff Raff come out.
Yeah, we had our thing, but in retrospect, we did dope shit. I mean, we had like
Yeah, yeah.
I remember Ninja Sonic played, and we
That was
got
so cool.
banned from that Brooklyn park because Ninja Sonic was so loud.
Oh my god.
And they used the N-word so much on the microphone that the whole neighborhood, we got banned from Brooklyn for the
Wow.
Ninja Sonic shows.
Ninja Sonic like ran Brooklyn at the time. Though.
It was so fire. I love those guys.
Yeah.
But back then, the hit scene was so crazy. Ninja Sonic, Plastic Little.
It was
Riff
so
Raff,
cool. That was like culture in New York.
it
You
was-
guys brought that.
We had
shit.
this underground thing going. And it was crazy, but it became so expensive because we got bigger and the artists needed bigger fees. Like, we couldn't afford anybody. Like, I remember trying to book rappers. This is like 5 years ago, and they wanted like $75K for like 15 minutes.
They didn't understand it was for the culture.
But some of the, I mean, so many people did favors for me. I just didn't have anything I could give back to them after a while. Like, I played this party for me, and we did it, and it was great. And it was tickets
Did
were
you have
cheap.
Travis Scott perform at one?
We had Travis Scott perform a couple.
I heard he fought with the security.
Oh, Travis Scott did so much back in the day. I mean, Travis Scott actually played the very first Madison boat party.
Wow.
And remember, he hung from a rafter of a cruise ship. This is
Oh
like,
my God, I didn't even know
And
that.
he was like, remember, I have like videos of him. We all made freestyle videos back in after the show in like one of the rooms with Riff Raff, Travis, like writing beats on the cruise ship.
Damn,
But,
that's cool.
Yeah, man, the back in the day, Block Party was insane. The lineups were crazy.
You guys don't do it anymore, right?
We don't do it because, like I said,
It got too expensive.
We had an accident on the boat. A couple
You guys
years
need
ago.
one to stop it. Unlike Fools Go Day Off,
became dangerous.
who are still doing it. With
They're still
Zed.
doing it. I mean, the problem is, I'll give you the honest truth, is that the markets that we play in, I was getting paid more to not do it.
To not do it.
So it became like I became selfish.
I think you stopped it at the perfect time. I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And honestly, the culture was like ready for that at that time.
Yeah.
Like you could go for free, or you could, I even one time somebody would have a ticket hanging out the
Yeah.
back pocket.
Steal it.
Swipey. I'm in Mad Decent
It's easy.
block
You could
party,
easily
and it's
jump a
fucking
fence,
lit.
But the tickets were like $10 anyway. So
Yeah, I know,
If you
I
needed
know.
to get in, I'm sure you could have found a way to get to me anyway, and probably got
Yeah.
a way in. But
Right,
everybody who
right.
wanted to get there was there.
I was nobody at the time. I was early. I was a little
I
kid.
already knew you were gonna be something great.
Yeah, that
and I
is
would have
true.
gave you a guest list. I could just look in your eyes and see
Yeah.
the veracity
Yeah, that
the
is true.
savagery that
was
that's
such a
behind-
fucking good time.
behind the eyes.
Yeah. Fuck. Tell me about the Major Lazer animated series.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Maybe I can parlay this into some marketing.
Yeah, do some
technique here.
marketing. Come on, sell me
Because
something.
okay, Major Lazer cartoon was on FXX. We bought it. The story is like this. It went
Yeah.
from Adult Swim.
Right.
The guy who brought it there, Nick, forget his name, but homie.
Yeah.
He left Adult Swim, brought it to Fox, and it was on FXX.
Right.
And it was awesome there. We wrote the season. It took like 4 years to get this whole thing done.
You were in the writing process of it.
I was in the writing room.
Wow.
We wrote 8 episodes. And we learned a lot from like the beginning to the end
Mm-hmm.
about voice acting. Riff Raff was the best. Ezra was so good. When you get real people on it.
Yeah, Ezra is
and
awesome.
also the guy
Riff
from Silent
Raff,
Live, Andy Samberg,
Andy Samberg.
killed it so much. We learned a lot. FXX folded as soon as we were done with it. We lost it. Then Disney bought Fox. It took
Wow.
4 years. I actually bought the rights back to the cartoon a month
Holy
ago.
shit.
And now we're debuting it on YouTube next week
Wow.
or in September. So Major Lazer, first series on YouTube, finally for people to watch next month.
It's coming back.
And then season 2 happening next year. We're writing it right now. So we're bringing it back. I
Can
love
I
that.
be a guest on it?
You definitely need you
I
as a
wanna be
voice
on it.
actor.
Yes,
This is how
please.
much I know Major Lazer Peck people. When I first met Lil Yachty through the Quality Control guys, I'm good friends with Coach back in the day because
Right.
their mother is friends with him.
Oh wow.
And Coach is the homie. He's like, come see Lil Yachty play. I went to the show in Toronto. I was like, damn, this guy is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, Coley, Minnesota, all these little kids
Oh,
moshing this music. I was like, what the is this? This is crazy.
Canada goes
I was like, yo,
crazy,
I don't
too.
know who this really you are, but if you want to get the studio, I want to see you later. And he's like, he came to the studio. He finished the show, ordered a pizza, didn't hang out with any girls, came right to the studio working.
That's Yachty.
We wrote Worry No More, and I remember he was like, yo, I don't really know your music, but the Major Lazer cartoon was so good.
Yeah.
He only knew me because the Major Lazer cartoon.
Wow.
Or that's kind of the vibe I got. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy the impact that had. And
Well,
then-
yeah, I found out about you first from Major Lazer.
That's nuts.
And one time, I used to sneak into concerts at Terminal 5 because that was another way I would learn music. I would just go to random concerts. But I knew what I was going to. But you guys, it was the first time I'd seen like a woman jump off a ladder.
Oh
no,
my
the
God.
guy jump off the
Scared
ladder.
Boy.
Yeah.
Major Lazer shows the first
They
year
were
we did
fucking
it.
crazy.
Insanity.
They were fucking
We'd have a
crazy.
mattress in the crowd. We'd jump off. He would jump off a ladder 10 feet high into the mattress on the crowd. Dagger whoever was on the mattress. Come back up. I remember playing Grand Central Miami at one time.
What's Dagger for people who don't know?
Dagger, watch the Upon the Floor video, Major Lazer. Daggering is like underground Jamaican dance culture where you kind of like dry hump in trees, whatever it is, on the
Right.
street. It's graduated a lot more than when we used to do it, but we had that integrated in our shows with our dancers, and it was so crazy.
So
I remember
crazy.
Grand Central, one of the best venues in America. It was a Miami venue. It put together like all the kids in Miami. It was one of the best places. The shows there were so insane because people knew all the dance hall records really big. And I remember one show he was like, "Do you guys want me to kill myself?" And the crowd was like, "Yeah!" And like we were like, "No." He was like literally like ready to die
Oh
for
my
the
God.
art. Like
For
he
the
was
art
like
of it.
I was like he was like the Gigi Allen of dance hall.
Was he on the balcony?
He was like on the ladder, bro.
Oh my fucking God.
And we were like, "No," but he didn't do it. Thank God. But the crowd was like ready for blood, bro.
Oh.
But he was gonna do it. The guy was insane, Scared Boy. He's still out there. He converted now to being a pastor, and he's
He's a pastor
yeah,
now.
and he's like always trying to get me to go to church.
That's fire. You gotta go.
I will. He's in New York and Queens, so soon.
Well, fuck. Tell me about the time you did 4 shows in one night.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry I didn't ask you that. That was fun. It's called Trap Hawk Down.
Yeah.
I gotta do it again. We started in Baltimore at 6 p.m. Then we did Philly show around 10. Hit Atlantic City for my 12 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. show. Drove to New York. Did this crappy club like 4 to 6 a.m. But it was possible to do 4 shows in one night on the Atlantic Seaboard. What's it called? Atlantic Coast?
You make it sound like a piece
Mid-Atlantic?
of cake, though.
When you have a helicopter, it's chill.
Oh,
You can land the helicopter on the casino in Atlantic City. You can land really close to the club in Philly, which is called, it was called Soundgarden Hall. This club is so insane. Philly back in the day was so crazy. Soundgarden
Yeah.
Hall was an all ages BYOB club run by the Russian mafia. I mean, can you imagine an all ages BYOB club?
Yeah,
Just
what-
imagine what that is.
what you can
and how,
bring?
and how the government was like cool with that happening.
wow.
But yeah, Philly used to be really ratchet.
What happened on the was it a jet? I think a week ago the window cracked.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was Bob Dylan's jet. I guess he didn't get the maintenance popping. But anyway, Bob Dylan, if you're watching this, the pilot said you're gonna be mad at me, but it wasn't my fault. The jet window, something happened with it malfunctioned. We went so high it cracked, started to crack, and then
Were you? Yeah, but where were you going?
because we didn't know. The pilot came back right after it cracked.
Oh, you didn't
He's-
know?
We didn't know because the pilot came back. He's like, "Look, I don't want to talk to you about this. This is serious."
Oh, okay.
He's like, we have to land now, or we have to go right to Minneapolis and get this. We have to land. It's an emergency. Do we land now in Ohio, or do you want to try to make it to Minneapolis? But we had to drop it down to like 10,000 feet or like not like lower because
Jesus.
the pressure's not as hard. But
Yeah.
for some reason, it just cracked. It just cracked in the middle of the windshield, and the Wi-Fi was still working, so we were googling how to survive.
Yeah. How'd you stay calm throughout that whole thing?
Because you could survive even if the cracked window actually broke open.
Yeah.
There was a pilot that actually got sucked halfway out the window, and he still landed it
Oh
in
my
China
God.
once. So we knew
Oh.
our pilots were capable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe not getting sucked, but the one pilot was still had the mask on. He was really scared. But
Yeah.
they said that never happened to them before.
But how were you dealing with it? Darn.
I'm ready to die. I'm ready
What?
to go. I have my kids. I'm chilling. My mixtape I'm ready to. It's got a self-release timer when I die. I have a microchip that just all my
It's the final one.
all my
It's the
records.
final one. All
All my
the
records are
features.
dropped once on SoundCloud when I die. So I'm ready. But they flew. They told me they fly low enough it wasn't gonna crack anymore. So I was like, all right, cool,
Right.
let's fly low. And it took us forever to get to Ohio, but we had to land like. That's all good. I made my show.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had to get
You
another
made the
plane.
show. You made the show.
Yeah. All that matters is my crowd. My fans weren't disappointed. Okay.
Oh.
But yeah.
All right.
Hope no one kills me now to get my demos.
Yeah. Jesus.
If it's foul play, it doesn't matter.
What?
It doesn't. I'm not dropping all my demos. If you kill me, I'm not leaking my music. If I die in a supernatural way or a natural cause or something crazy, like get trampled by elephant,
It'll leak. It's only
the whole like it's got to be an epic death
yeah.
for me to leak my music.
Diplo, thanks so much for coming on my show.
Thanks, guys,
so much, dude.
and we love you. And I think
Anything else you want to announce?
I got country music coming out next week. I don't know when you can edit this out, but I'm just trying everything. I'm throwing it out there, man.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
It's next. This will probably come after that.
Well, then I'll be in the middle of my country phase, so just come and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Be with me.
And they could come see you at the Laugh Factory
Yeah, I'll be
tonight
at the Laugh Factory every night. I'm there doing a residency.
with D-Ray Davis.
Yeah, with D-Ray Davis and Bobby Lee. So come through and we'll see you there.
And Haha Davis.
Yeah.
too.
And yeah, all of them.
All right. I.